Welcome everyone to the Pro Trade Room Plus, the Oil Open and the US Open. My name is Lee Goldstein, the Trading Director for 10-Minute Trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. All right. Good morning, everyone. So let's get started. First things first, as we always say, make sure that your computer is in sync. So what does that even mean? If you look in the file folder that we have in the trade room, up to the top, if you look up top, you'll see files. And in that file folder, there's a pre-trade checklist. The easiest way to check your sync is to actually use the checklist and just click Check Time Sync Visit Time Is. That's a link. Allow it, and it will check your computer. It'll go to that website and check and see if your computer is in sync. And if your computer is in sync, it'll tell you. If your computer is not in sync, then in the same file folder where you got the pre-trade checklist, there are two programs, Dimension 4 Time, D4 Time, all right, and Karen's Time Sync, PT Sync. I like Dimension 4. Some people like Karen. They all work the same way. You install the simple little program on your computer, and if you're not in sync, you press the Sync Now button, watching the line that says synchronized. And as long as the synchronized line changes, you're being synced to one of the URLs, one of the servers chosen in the program. Then, fresh browser. Don't use the same Time Is browser that's already open. Use a fresh browser load of Time Is and check your time sync again. And if it's in sync, you're done. If it's not in sync, just go back and do it again. If it just it will work. I've never had it not work. Sometimes you have to do it a couple of times. Every now and then you might have to change the server, but that's it. And it's important to be in sync, especially when we're doing earnings releases, job reports. Market opens are a little bit less critical, still important, regardless. You don't want to not be in sync. It's part of the territory. It's part of the rules of what we do. You must be in sync. Think about it. If you're 4 seconds out of sync and you're trading GDP, those 4 seconds could put you on the trade in the wrong direction. And that's why sync is very important. Think about it. Sometimes we will trigger a trade 1 second before the news release. So if you're 4 seconds out, 4 seconds out of sync, you might trigger your trade totally incorrectly at the wrong time. And that's one of the things we spend a lot of time on, is looking for the best time to do something. So anyway, that's my sync rant. If you don't have the pre-trade checklist, just open a browser
Ricardo says she told Trump to trust the Venezuelan people.
and just go time.is in the search bar. You don't even need a www. Hey, my computer is out of sync. How did that happen? Son of a gun. So if I'm out of sync, I'm going to load my sync program, right? I use Dimension 4. Press Sync Now. Watching the synchronized line, it changed. Then I'm going to go back to Time Is and do it again. And I'm still not in sync, so I'm going to do it again, the whole process. And I'll do it until I'm in sync. And like I said, I've never had a situation where after a couple of sync nows that I was not put back in sync. So, all right. Now my time is exact. Everything is working, right? Let me refresh the charts. Hang on. Let me fix everything. Let's see if this works. All right. Let me know if everybody can see. Can you all see okay? Chart's good? All right, Frank. Everybody can see and hear. Francis, relog. All right. Hey, John. Hey, John. Welcome back. All right. Okay. Francis is good. So let's do our usual thing. We're going to put a reverse continue on the YM chart. Now, remember, the new magnet has the reverse continue built in. It's kind of nice. You don't have to use two separate strategies to do the reverse continue. But I'm so used to doing it our way. Until everybody has the new magnet, I'll do it the way we always do it. So we're going to put a reverse continue on the YM. And we are going to target 35 ticks with a 35 stop. .35 ticks, and we're going to label it YM reverse continue. And where am I going to trade this? I think we need to create a YM market open or trade it in the oil market open account or in the NQ market open account. I've done a lot of damage to both those accounts this week. So I'm going to trade it this morning, just this morning, in a new prop account, the YM. And then I'll think about it over the weekend where and how I want to do it going forward. All right, so we've got our reverse continue on the YM. And I'm going to set up a YM magnet as well. High of day, low of day. YM magnet, high of day, low of day. Proximity of 5. Yeah, me too, TJ. I had 2 accounts that I reset. 50 stop. And we'll do a second position, 10 ticks through the magnet. And we're going to label it YM magnet. YM magnet, and we'll do that in the same account. I may change accounts. Let's just get the magnet set up, apply it, okay it. Now, when you turn on your magnet, you're going to get your order entry line, all right? We don't really have market structure for our entry, okay? On the upside, now obviously we're closer to the downside, but the markets are not particularly active or volatile this morning. So we've only got a 10 tick profit on the bottom. On the top, 14 is only 11 ticks plus the 10 for target 2. So it's only a $100 trade. It's a lot of risk for $100. The other thing is you do have a nice magnet at the VWAP. So there's two ways to trade the VWAP magnet. The easy way is to bring your upper order down into the VWAP area. That's the easiest way to do that VWAP magnet. Then you could also do your low of day magnet, and if it goes up, you could do your VWAP magnet. What I like about the YM in the morning, though, is we find that it pretty much gets to our highs and lows pretty regularly, most days. Most days. In the new software, there's a setting where you just target, and the choice is VWAP. You put it on custom level, and the choice is VWAP. And it automatically sets the first target to 3 ticks before it gets to the VWAP. And then we also have VWAP signals. If it tests the VWAP and changes direction and gives us our aftershock reversal squeeze, then we generate VWAP signals. And you have the ability to keep those signals on all the time.
Just a heads up from White House Press Secretary Levitt in regards to Trump is due to speak at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. She says that Trump,
James,
Secretary
I'm using
Kennedy,
a
Health
50
Secretary
stop
Kennedy, Secretary
because
Rose,
it's not
and
just a
Doug
magnet
Collins
stop,
will
it's
be
really a
hosting
market
roundtable
open
to
stop.
discuss Trump's
All right?
healthcare
So I'm
plans
using 50.
and also to make a major
And,
announcement
you know,
for
I wouldn't
America.
hesitate to use 65, to be honest, as you get closer to the open. And shrink it as soon as you get into profit. Now, on oil, like I said, I'm going to let oil trade normally this morning. So first thing we've got is a reverse continue. We do an oil reverse continue, and I have a template for the oil reverse continue. Let me see if I can find it. Load. I created it last week. Let me see what we called it. I should have called it oil reverse continue and dated it. That would have been the most sensible thing to call it, right? Oil reverse continue. Let's see if this is it. That should be it. So let's look at it. Let me date it in case it is it. I won't have to go back and date it. Today's date is the 16th, and we'll load it. Yeah, this is it. One position, 20 tick target, 20 tick stop. That's our oil reverse continue scalp for the morning. And we'll trade that in our oil market open account, and it's funded and it's labeled oil reverse continue. And I hope I'm close to blowing this account. I'm sorry to say. And then our regular oil open trade. The settings. The reverse continue is just 2021 contract. 20 target, 20 stop, position 1's a 1. That's it. TJ, real simple, reverse continue. Now, don't forget, you could trade micro oil, MCL on this event. Absolutely no problem. Oh, I forgot to monitor the YouTube stream. All right. So oil high a day is 60. That's a strong resistance level. Very strong resistance level. 60. It's a round number. I am getting the filthiest. Somebody is sending me the filthiest, most disgusting link to my Facebook, and I don't know why and where it came from. It's beyond comprehension that it's even allowed. I can't believe it. All right, our regular oil trade. The internet is a cesspool. That is the best word that I would use. It's a cesspool. If I click on it, Calvin, they won't stop sending me those kind of links. I'm not clicking on it. But you're right. All right, let's load our range trade. Click on News Trader. We're going to turn it into a range trade. I'm going to load my template, and then I'll go over the setup. Oil new open range is what we called this. Man, I was talking about that Peter Gabriel new record yesterday. I love that song. Been Undone. It is really beautiful. Reminds me a lot of Robbie Robertson, actually. It's a lot, very Robbie Robertson. I loved Robbie Robertson too. Oil new open range. We're going to date it, rename it, today's date. Robbie died recently. Last member of the band, second to last member of the band. Garth Hudson died even more recently. What a group. What a band. Wow. One of the greatest of all time. Range trade is the trade type. We're going to end the range at 90040. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 8, target 2 is 20. The stop, minimum 20. I reserve the right to increase it. And if it hits my first target, I'll do a BE minus 4, break even minus 4. And if you want to start the range properly, it's 859. Ticks above the range is 1, ticks below is 1. Show the range graphics on chart gets checked. All right. Then if you want to save your own template, give it a label. What are you going to call the trade? CL range is good. CL open is good. Choose the account you're trading it in. Funded for me. And then apply it. And it'll go to the control panel. And then if you want to save your template, go to template, save, type a name, whatever you want to call it, oil open range, date it. Bingo. You got your template. It's very easy. And then don't forget, enable the trade in the control panel, control center. So we have two setups on oil, a reverse continue, and our market open range.
Jefferies raised his target price for NVIDIA to $275 from $250.
Now I've done the schedule for next week. Next week is medium, not super busy, not super dead.
Also in regards to
Couple
Intel,
of
Jefferies raised his
earnings.
target price to $45 from $40.
The week after, we've got some great earnings. The week after next, we have our favorite, all-time favorite trade, I would say. One of the top 5. One of the top 5. Who knows what it is? Top five. 2 weeks. It's an earnings trade. No, they don't really move the market, Calvin. The airlines don't move the market. No, Caterpillar was an all-timer last quarter, TJ, but that was really the only time Caterpillar was spectacular. Caterpillar historically has been okay. It's never been as spectacular as it was last quarter. Last quarter, I don't know what happened with Caterpillar. You got it, Calvin. United Health. That's my favorite earnings trade of all time. All time. I think it's the most. I don't know if we've ever had a stop on it. I got to go through and look for real. I don't think we've ever been stopped on it in all the years we've been trading it. That's amazing. That's in my top five without a doubt. What else would be in my top five? I'm gonna make. Yeah, it was good last quarter. It's always good. It's always good. Seriously, it's always good. United Health, always good. The quarter where the CEO was murdered, it was great. I was very curious as to what the response of the earnings would be that quarter. I thought maybe it would change the earnings, but it really didn't. It reacted totally normally. So UNH is a favorite. Home Depot was a favorite until it had a horrific whipsaw. What happens is, even if you have a trade that's fantastic, quarter after quarter, and one time it's horrible, people only remember the horrible. They only remember the horrible. James, where do you live? James, where do you live? What state? Okay. So you're going to get up that morning, James, and you're going to be in the trade room at 5:30. All right? It's worth it. It's worth it. The trade's 5:55. 5:55 in the morning. It's always on time. And that's the other thing that we need. That's why yesterday was such a horrible day. And TJ, you're going to be in the room too. You're not going to miss this one, taking your car to the garage. All right? No garage car trade misses like quarterly grains. I don't want you to be doing any errands when we have a great trade. All right. It's 2:30 in the morning. So do it the way I would used to do it when I used to trade on TradeStation. Do you have a laptop? Do you have a laptop that you trade on? We give you two IDs. Everybody gets two IDs. So you can have a laptop and a desktop, and you're laying in bed, you're asleep, you set your alarm for 2 o'clock, 2:10, all right? Put the laptop on your stomach, load your software, you don't even have to get out of bed. Set the trade up, you could go back to sleep, let the trade wake you up. You could do unattended mode. I don't love unattended trading because things can go wrong, but certainly it's a very, very reliable trade. It's been reliable. Unattended is fine. You could do it. You don't even have to use unattended mode. Unattended mode is if you want to trade 24 hours or more away from the day you're in. So for instance, if you want to trade tonight at 10:30, you don't have to use unattended. You just set up the trade. But if you want to trade tomorrow morning at 9:30, then you have to use unattended. Now, this happened to us yesterday where oil made a new high before the open. I'm going to let it trade this morning. Um, my 55 account.
Its effective federal funds rate unchanged at 3.64% January 15th.
I've got room. No matter what happens today, the account will be alive. But because it had done very well and it's been struggling, it's been struggling. Um, I need a nice winning oil trade. That's what I need. A nice big fat oil trade. Nitin, just go against all the signals. Go against all the signals. That's all.
Qualcomm announces quarterly cash dividend of 89 cents per share.
Good morning, Chantal. Guaranteed you're just going to make money on every bad signal today.
Order
Riot
submitted.
Platforms signs data center lease with AMD at Rockdale.
The 5 silver trade. Which silver trade? What time is that one?
So Riot Platforms says they bought 200 acres at Rockdale for $96 million.
Oh, 5 a.m. Eastern time, 5
Riot
a.m.
Platforms says data center lease with AMD to deliver 25 megawatts of critical
8 a.m.
IT load
That's
capacity
8 a.m.
at its Rockdale site.
Better for sure. Francis, I'll look it up for you. No, they weren't, Calvin. They were not. $50 was not. What bracket are you using at $50? I got stopped at $50. I think I used a 40. I think I used a 40. I was not happy about that at all. Tuesday, January 27th, United Health. Tuesday, January 27th, 5:55 a.m. 5:55 a.m. I don't know that I want to get filled short on this oil trade. But we've gone up and down this morning. Monday is a holiday. This Monday is a holiday. I'm going to put my YM on in auto. I pretty much was okay with either direction this morning. This is the slowest fill we've ever had. It's very cold today. Very cold. Plus, everything I own is breaking. I have two really good sets of earbuds, and both of them broke. My Baseus XC1 earbuds with Bose sound, they're just completely
Order submitted.
distorted and totally broken. And then the what's the other ones that broke? My AeroFit Pros by Soundcore, which Soundcore makes fantastic earbuds. No, these are not
10 minutes ago,
Temu.
until we get the
I
US
don't buy on
industrial
Temu.
production data
They're really
for the
junky.
month of December. Forecast is
These are pretty good
0.1% down,
earbuds.
0.2%,
The
with a
Baseus,
range of 0.4%
they're,
to
most people
minus
don't know the company, but they
0.4%.
teamed up with
US
Bose,
capacity
and they have
utilization
great,
forecast
great
76%
earbuds.
prior,
And they
76%.
just
US
are all
manufacturing output
distorted and not
month-to-month
working
forecast
properly.
minus 0.1%,
And then my
prior 0%.
AeroFit, the right earbud, just stopped charging. But it's very interesting to reach out to different companies and see what kind of support you get. AeroFit is owned by Anchor. They were instant, immediate. We'll send you a replacement. We'll approve you for a replacement. We'll get right back to you. And then I don't know if it was just an email that got lost, but initially I didn't hear anything from Baseus. And then they were really good. They've been great. So I think an email just got lost. I don't shop on Temu. It's a scam. It's like Wish. That's a scam. Oh, that's nice, TJ. Bose, Bose has always been interesting. Audiophiles never have accepted Bose as having high quality sound, but they've positioned themselves as a high quality, expensive audio company. Their earbuds are of the most expensive, and their noise cancellation on their headphones is considered the best of the best. The only company that comes close is Sony in their noise cancellation. Bose is really well known when it comes to earbuds, anyway, and headphones for their noise cancellation. That's actually their absolute best feature. So everyone says. I have only owned one pair of Bose earbuds. Quiet Comfort. I didn't really care for them. I thought they were way overpriced. They were good, but I didn't think they were worth like $300. Now there are so many high quality products at a reasonable price when it comes to earbuds. It's really hard to justify having a price over $150. Like Shocks came out with new open earbuds is the big new thing now, Well, it's been for a year. In other words, you don't put them in your ear anymore. They sit on your ear. And there's issues that have to be overcome with earbuds that don't go in your ear. Volume can be a problem. Noise cancellation pretty much doesn't exist. These new shocks actually have some noise cancellation. But open, I like open. I find it really hard to put something in my ear anymore. I used to love putting earbuds in my ear. Yeah, I like the VWAP for a Target, Chantal. If we get there. Let's get Target 1 first, then I'll move my second target. I want to get Target 1 first. So we got to get ready for the NQ. Same routine every morning.
So according to a statement here, China's Commerce Minister says China and Canada agreed to properly resolve economic and trade concerns.
You guys want to see my new car? I'm very, very happy with my new car. It's not brand new. Oh my God, I damaged every account I owned. Yesterday was the worst day I ever had. Not so much, just every decision I made was horrible. Every decision. I don't think I made, I mean, NOPA, I made a good scalping decision,
Miners are going to get the
but I made a bad decision not to get into the original
1% price
trade,
for 2%.
to just let it test the high.
Utilization
That was a
forecast
stupid
unchanged
decision
from
not to
prior
let it
at
test the high.
76%,
Every
and US manufacturing
scalp,
month-to-month
I think
forecast
every
minus
scalp I took
0.1%,
yesterday was bad.
-0%. US industrial production year-on-year prior 2.52%.
I just didn't make good decisions. It was really frustrating. Changing my middle chart to the NQ, MNQ. So one day is not going to save me. I need a good week. MNQ going to put a reverse continue on the chart for the open. Change the breakout to a reverse continue. And we'll go for 50 ticks with a 75 tick stop. That's our discretionary trade. And we will trade that in our market open, which, full transparency, I've made 2 gold scalps this morning in this account. So I'm up about almost $400 in this account. I traded a gold magnet before I got here. Don't ever, do not ever tell anybody you're interested in a car warranty, an extended car warranty. Don't ever do it, because you'll get 800,000 annoying phone calls from idiots you don't ever want to talk to. I don't know what I was thinking when I just wanted to get a you can't, the internet is a cesspool of cesspoolness. That's all it is, a cesspool. And it just is. It's a cesspool. MNQ reverse continue. And the people out there live in a cesspool. Now, car insurance is something I'm trying to figure out how to get the best car insurance. Who's got a good tip? Anybody? The car insurance comparison sites are fraudulent. They're a scam. They just show you the results of the companies that pay them. So you're not going to get honesty on those sites. But I'm definitely being overcharged by my insurance company. I'm not going to name them today. If this oil trade doesn't work today, I will jump off a small curb in front of my house. It's not working. I cannot believe we're going to have another bad oil trade. I'm not in the mood for it. I'm really not in the mood. I'm really not in the mood for a test of the high, especially because, deep in my secret heart of hearts, I was thinking maybe just trade for the test of the high. Maybe. No, I didn't use a credit
1 minute ago
union,
now, we're leading
Arthur.
with the US industrial production month to month.
I did not use a credit union. MNQ, I set up the reverse continue, but I have a credit union that I might be able to use. So that's a good piece of advice. Definitely a good piece of advice. I told you about the other scam, the key fob scam. I know I told you that. If you want to keep, my car only had one key fob. I want a second key fob. There's my new car.
10 seconds.
So the locksmith, you can't get a price over the phone. They have to come over because it's a scam, you know. And it's the kind of scam where if you're my
Still waiting on
age,
data.
you know what's going to happen.
0.4%, 0.4% high in the forecast.
You
of
know what's going to happen. They're going to come
0.1%.
over.
US
They're going to give you a
manufacturing output
price of
month to month,
500,
0.2%,
and you're going to say
0.2% high in the
no,
forecast
and then
of
they'll
1,
negotiate
6.1%.
and
US
cut it in
capacity
half
utilization
to
rate
what the real price is going to
76.3%,
be.
76.3%. High in the
That's
forecast
exactly
of
what they did,
76%.
and then they
Waiting on the
failed to
year-on-year industrial
program
production
the
data
key
now.
fob that I had properly. They couldn't program it. So it was like a double scam. The company I bought the key fob from scammed me by selling me a key fob that can't be programmed, and the locksmith tried to
So
charge
industrial
double
production year-on-year 2%,
of the
2%.
price. So it was like two scams in one behavior,
Seeing the revisions coming
one
through now for
activity.
US industrial production, prior revised for the month at
So annoying.
0.4% compared to the original price
Oil's
of
very
0.2%.
choppy, folks.
Manufacturing
Very choppy here.
output prior revised to
Very choppy.
0.3% from the original price of 0%. US capacity
MNQ, going to set
utilization
up the
prior
second
revised
part
to
of the open.
76.1% from the original prior of 76%.
We have a breakout. I'm going to load the template. Load the template. It's funny watching oil. The market knows our entry on this one. You know how you think, how did they know exactly where I got in? How did they know that? And it won't ever go past it. The market knows. You know it doesn't. I mean, but it certainly looks like it does. Okay, looking for MNQ new open. There it is.
The report for the
Going
US
to
industrial
right click
production,
it and
December
rename it
2025 on the feed for each weekly.
116. Today's date. Going to load it. Going to load it. 929.59. 929.59. Going to do a bracket of 35. Targets of 30 and 100. Stop of 125. Now I'm going to go to break even if it hits my first target. It's already labeled. Breakout MNQ open. I'm going to set the time to 0 to manage the bracket. We're on sim at the moment, so I'll put the charts on sim.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
I want to get rid of the vertical line. Show vertical line on entry is gone. Apply it. That'll be gone. Put the time back. 9:29. Put the chart back on the correct trading chart, number 54. Make sure the software inside is also on account 54, not SIM. Trading it in our market open funded account. Like I said, I did do some gold trading this morning, so that account is up nicely today. YM just hanging around, not really doing much of anything. We have our magnet set up on the YM. We're going to test it, TJ, before we start doing it for real. We're going to see if we have time to look at it this morning. This weekend, I mean, we're going to look at it. Graybeard, what's up? Um, I'm trying to think if 160 a month would be good. All insurance is through the roof and is a big part of why inflation is so problematic. Inflation is a tremendous, tremendous problem. The cost of, I don't need to go through this every morning, but all the lying, the nonstop lying about prices, everyone knows it's a filthy, stinking lie. Everybody knows. As Leonard Cohen said, inflation is through the roof. No matter what they call the numbers out as, it doesn't matter. I paid $30 to have a medium pizza delivered. And look at the inflation in new car prices. New car prices are unbelievable. Unbelievable. Really. Oh, at 9:15, industrial production and capacity utilization came out. 9:15. And look at the candle. It was a difficult MNQ candle. But the news must have been good because it then pushed the MNQ up. Usually that report does not move the market at all. At all. We don't even look at that report anymore. I don't even look at it. If you finance a car, you're required to have X amount of insurance. So I did not pay cash for the car. I financed it. Um, so I have to have a certain amount of insurance. It's not a new car. Don't get me wrong. It's not new. It's used. And I don't have a giant loan on it, but I'm an idiot. I hated the first car I bought. I absolutely despised it, and I made a big mistake. I just bought the wrong car, and I just refused to keep it. And I don't even drive. If I drive twice a week, it's a lot. I use my scooter much more. Truth is, Arthur, if you have an accident and get hurt, you will forever regret cutting your insurance coverage.
You, Senator
And
Coons,
that happened to
have
me
a good and
when I got
robust
hit on
dialogue
my
with Denmark.
motorcycle.
Senator Coons
I
speaking
did
to
not
you in
have great
Copenhagen.
insurance. I had some, but I probably could have retired had I had good insurance because I got really badly hurt. That's the problem with insurance. You only need it when you need it. And I wish I had insurance on this oil trade because this makes me want to just jump off the bridge. I'm just not sure that this oil trade, we have to look at it. It may really be done for a while. Or it may just, we may have to completely change the setup because it's not working. It's definitely not working the way it had been. Now it seems like the only way to trade it is to analyze the trend and only do the trend and forget it any other way. There's the 925 trade. There's certainly a move on the MNQ at 925. So, Arthur, when you finance a car, they don't let you leave the dealership without proper insurance. You don't have a choice. Oh, on the NQ, TJ, on the NQ, 70 ticks on the NQ is nothing. You know, that's a sneeze. That's a sneeze. In these markets today, it's nothing. I mean, we will happily take it, right? You'll happily take it, but it's just not a very big move anymore. Now, I wish the NQ would wait until the open before it tests the high. Don't test the high now. Wait. Give us until the open. We didn't trade anything at 8:30. Arthur, we didn't have news at 8:30 that we traded. It's Friday. That was yesterday. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. Pretty volatile MNQ there. Yeah, unemployment's always
1
Thursday.
minute ago now to be the market on open imbalance data.
Why are these markets bullish? All right, market's getting ready to open. Very volatile this morning.
10 seconds.
YM,
Order submitted.
Market on
Order
open
submit.
imbalance.
Order
S&P
failed.
500 sell side 431 million. Nasdaq 100 buy side
Order
36.8
failed.
all
million.
right, just got
Dow 30 sell
target
side
one, which is
53.6
exactly
million.
what I
And
thought it
Mag
would
7 buy
do.
side 14.9
Target
million.
one, YM really moving dramatically. Oil might make the first target. Maybe it'll make the first target. We didn't give up on oil.
Order failed.
Made the first target, moving the stop to safety, expanding the target to the VWAP. And I will trail a little bit. Try not to get too close. So the NQ hit target one and reversed. Not surprised because it was a short. It didn't follow through. I don't know why these
US
markets are
Senator
bursting
Murkowski
up.
says Greenland must be seen as an ally, not an asset.
Order submitted.
Because
They're
we're
also
not
speaking in
attacking
Copenhagen.
Greenland,
Remember,
I guess.
those are the
That
two
is
that were
insanity.
going to Copenhagen for meetings
Greenland
with
is a
Danish
NATO
Greenland authorities.
ally. I don't even want to comment on it. The mental insanity is too much to bear. It's too
Order
much to
failed.
bear.
Order
To
failed.
even think about it. It's too much insane behavior.
Order failed.
All right, nice trade on the YM. Both targets hit. 175 bucks on a long magnet. Needed a bigger target, son of a gun. Breakout MNQ is done. YM, turning the YM magnet back on, and I would be extremely careful on a reversal signal this morning, but let's see what it does. I'm just going to watch the signals. Had a very nice open this morning. 200, 320. Every trade worked this morning. That's nice. Oil was a winner. Target and a quarter. MNQ target one. YM magnet, both targets. I'll take it this morning. Happily take it. MNQ, my concern was orders that wouldn't fill. You know, that was a worry. That was a little bit of a worry because of the volatility. I was worried about the integrity of the data that nobody wants to take responsibility for. Data integrity, very important. Very important. Graybeard, Fridays are bad for you. I like Fridays. Fridays, I find the moves are usually big. Fridays and Mondays are my favorites. I like Fridays and Mondays for opens because you have, on Monday, you have all that pent up energy from the weekend, lots of extra orders. And then Friday, it just, there seems to always be more volatility on Fridays. Very nice, Roz. Yesterday was a terrible day. It was a really bad trading day. Today was normal, more normal, where things worked. Now, oil, it just goes to show you could have made money on the long side. If you had traded long only on oil, you would have made money because you could have. There was plenty of opportunity to get out on the long side with profit. The fact that the short side worked without touching the trade, if the trade wasn't struggling so much, I would say that's proof how good the setup is. But for the past 2 weeks, the setup has struggled. So I'm not going to say it's done. We just have to look at it. That's all I'm going to say. We need to look at it. Now, the YM has not given a signal yet. The signals are slow today. Would be better on a 30-second chart today because the swings are big. There's the signal finally to take a short on the YM. So let's see if it would work. The entry would be the beginning of this candle, the new candle that we're in now. Let's see if it would work. I think the YM's in a weird range where you're close to the high and close to the low. So you have the magnet low coming into play, possibly, but the YM is a little bit bullish. The open was a little bit bullish. Oil is bullish, but it's not making a new high on the open. And the YM, let's see, how many ticks were available? You would not have gotten in until the beginning of that new candle because there was no signal, no valid signal until the candle closed. It was only about 23 ticks available so far. It's going to depend what happens over the next couple of minutes. That's hilarious. All right, now then the YM looks like the reversal was solid.
Intel shares gain 1.6%.
Looks like a
At least
solid
4
reversal.
brokerages raised price target.
You see why cash is king, Nitin? If that were cash, how different everything is, right? Prop trading is a scam. It's a fraud and a scam. Looks like YM's going to test that low. So that signal was great. That was a great signal. Why didn't I take it? Well, I have a history of bad decisions all week. I wanted to keep my streak alive. That's why. I wanted to keep my streak alive. All right, everyone on YouTube, I'm going to close out. Graybeard, send me an email. Let me make you an offer to get yourself in the trade room. help@10minutetrades.com, right? Send me an email if you want me to make you a deal. Oh, very nice, Roz. Very nice. Scalp. Roz just scalped the YM short. Everyone on YouTube, thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll do the same next week. We'll stream every day. Try to stream most of the time, the same time every day. We'll do the market opens so people know we're going to be here at a consistent time. All right? Have a great weekend on YouTube.